Hey everybody, welcome back. It's IXION. I hope you're having a great day today. We're picking up where we left off, and I need to get rid of some of the things. I need to move things around here because the way these things are going to go in are not the way I want them to go in, and it's going to suck. Now, I think it's possible, right? Let me just show you. I want these fields to go in to where they're all right with each other, okay? In order to do that, I've got to have structures that are kind of like connected. It has to be connected to the base. But from what I can tell, it only needs to be connected to the base when you start building it. And so I'm going to try to make this in a really weird way at first. It's going to look kind of weird as I make it, but then it's all of a sudden going to start being compact and make sense, I think. So we're going to try to get this thing built with the electronics that are coming to here. And then we have these three storages that are temporary for the cryopods that are going to be brought in, right? And then there's this big storage over here, which is going to have waste. It's going to be just nothing but a big waste storage. So I'm going to say that this is an electronics bin for now. That should get them to send electronics here, like that. That should get all these other sectors to send the electronics to here. And we can hopefully get that built and hopefully get this built instead. Okay, so we'll check back in on that in a little bit. Now, at the end of the last video, oh, I also wanted to show you this. We have solar panels, the big solar panel. I'm building it, which is why the hull integrity is dropping really, really fast because we're not repairing right now while this builds. But as soon as this is done building, we'll have a lot more power capacity because I think maybe not at the end of this video, but certainly by next one, we will have Sector 4 unlocked. Okay, that's the other thing. Now, at the end of the last video, I left you with a little bit of a cliffhanger. Okay, these large solar panels, huh? Well, I've left you with cliffhangers before, and just like last time, this one's gonna disappoint as well. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is, because it wasn't aliens, the thing that was floating around. I don't know what it was. Some graphical glitch. Because if it's gone, it's when I booted the game this time, it's gone. I don't know why it's gone, but it's gone, okay? It's gone. There's a couple of other things I want to do eventually too. And one of those things is I would like to start collecting hydrogen. I think it's going to be something that we're going to need. And I'm going to regret not having it if I don't start doing it now. So I'm just going to kind of go in and try to find... hoping to find a really good source of it, but... every time I see this thing, right, I keep moving, yeah. Can I get the ice too? Can I get these both be green? You gotta be close, right? Whatever, just get the hydrogen. So the science team is on the surface. They're giving us some science. We could bring the Medusa back so that these guys can, so that the Medusa can start gathering that science. We have 101 science. So I'm gonna go into our technology tree. And there's a couple of things I want to start getting. The first, right away, I'd like to get recycled materials. I really hope that that goes fast. In fact, because silicon is so hard to obtain, I'm actually going to shut down the electronics factory until that science completes. Because that science makes it more efficient to make electronics. One electronic will now be made from 25 silicon instead of 33 silicon. So it's just net seven less silicon, which is kind of means like build 4, get 1 free is kind of what that means. So I want to go ahead and get this before I process any more electronics. Then I can go and get this one. But in order to do that, I'm going to need the Stanford initiative done in the workshop. Well, the workshop is down here, and all we have is the Stanford initiative. So let's go ahead and get that queued as well. Now that's 70 research. I've only got 91 left. Actually, it's 80 more research. No, sorry. 11 is done here. I got to do my math on the fly. 60 more research. So in other words, that leaves 30 left. Okay, there will be 30 left. And once that's done, then we'll go get the Protagoras diagnostic analysis. Okay, and I suspect, don't know, but I suspect this is going to give me the coordinates to go to the next system. Right. So that's what we're going to do now. But I want to get electronics to be much more efficient first. And then I can turn that back on. And then once I've got the workshop one done, it will allow me to make them now 20 silicon to make 1 electronics, which is way better. So now we're just 50% more efficient, which is great. Okay, DeVille 59. We have completed our studies on DeVille 59. We estimate colonization success rates on planets like DeVille 59 to be 2.73%. So you're telling me there's a chance. Please authorize extraction preparation. We can either repatriate them, bring them back, or we can sever communications. Dolo's contractual terms stipulate the possibility of crew member abandonment in the event of an emergency situation. The colonists were aware of what they signed up for. No, of course not. We're bringing them back. Why would we do anything different than that? It looks like somebody's coming out here to mine this. Cool. We do have one of the miners. So does that mean you have nothing else to mine? Because if you got anything else to mine, like literally anything else, I don't know how much longer we're going to be here. But I think that hydrogen is not a high priority. And I think you should pretty much do everything else instead of it. So like we can have it here. We'll go get it. But I want other things first, okay? All right, let's come back over here and see how Sector 3 is doing. Done. This is done. Now, here's the problem. I want to make these fields all right next to each other, right? I want them to be a nice little grid of fields. But I'm not going to be able to do that very easily because this has to be connected to this. So what I'm going to have to do is it's going to look a little weird, and then all of a sudden it will be corrected and everything will be fine. I think. I don't know that off the top of my head, but we'll see how this works because it may not let me do this. Because you see where this building is. It kind of sucks. I may need to move the building back. We'll see. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have the building built here because I have to be connected to this. So we're going to go like that. Then we're going to go like that. And then we're going to go like that. Now that gets me connected, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and delete this one and this one. Now, that lets me build onto this. So now I can build like this. And this is how I wanted to build the whole time. This gives me 8, but I can't get my 9th unless this is gone. And the problem, as you can maybe see, is that there's no room for the 9th field until this storage is gone right here. So we'll see if that works. If it lets me have it, and it does look like it's going to allow it, that's great. It is allowing it. Good. So these will be the fields for this one. And that leaves me open in this area for any buildings and structures, whatever. And also gives me the ability to maybe stack batteries here or something. But it's possible that this is kind of a waste of space, you know, like a little bit. But it's going to look way cleaner to have all these fields just be all right next to each other and working. So we're going to start processing the water because we have way more water than we need right now, right? So process the ice, make as much food as possible, distribute that food everywhere to the point where we don't need insects anymore. And see, we already have Sector 2 not having any food production of its own. That's already a thing we have here. I kind of want to resume this battery. Yeah, let's start getting more electronics delivered here. It's going to be over... All the electronics are over here, yeah. Waste is going here, and it's already full. 155 waste is sitting in here already. Wow. All right, I think what I can do then is have you... I'll have you be electronics, and then you can be cryopods. I want to get cryopods brought in here right now. We have Sector 3 overworked, and 1 is on extra hours. So we've got to start opening cryopods too. So I think I want cryopods to be a priority for all ships. We'll turn iron to secondary, and this should bring in a steady flow of cryopods for us to send to Sector 1. It should. We have 60 here already. The only reason we're not sending them is because we don't have storage. Great. How come you're not sending the ice? We're not full over here on ice, are we? I mean, yeah, kind of we are. Well, let's get more ice storage then. We have electronics over here, so We'll get that done. And that should be the last one we have. But that science is all done. This is done too. And so now I should be able to get this one. Right? But we only have 38 science. And I want to make sure we get that Protagoras one done so we're not stranded here. So let's do that one first. And then we'll queue up the electronics factory to make 1 electronics out of 20 silicon instead. And then we can have fewer workers, which is awesome. But we'll queue that up instead. Now you might think, well, okay, how about the polymers too, right? The thing is, I think the polymers one is a bug. Like, I don't think this is legit. Like, I think this is messed up. And I'll show you why. So making them faster is fine. That's an upgrade. Speed upgrade, good. Speed upgrade, good. This one is weird. Chemical baths. 8 carbon now produce 5 polymer. I don't know why I would want that. Because my current workflow is making 5 carbon. It says it right here. Transports 5 carbon into 5 polymers every 1 cycle. And that's exactly what we're getting from this building. It's 5 makes 5. That's a 1-to-1. So why on earth would I want to spend science to have 8 make 5 when I'm already getting 5 polymer from 5 carbon? It's a little bit weird. I'm not sure. Like, was the intention, is it supposed to be 10 carbon equals 5 polymer this whole time? Was that supposed to be the way it was the whole time? And then maybe in my version, it's just not that way, or what? Like, what was the rationale behind chemical baths? I don't know. We're not going to do that upgrade, though, because it doesn't make sense, so I'm not going to. That's just the way it goes. So we got this one down, and we have 1 electronic here, so we're going to make this be, I think, more ice. I need to store more ice, because I'm going to start processing a lot more water here. But look, these fields are done, and they work. They don't have to be actually connected to this, which is fantastic news for me. I didn't want them to be connected. I do want extra space here, though, because like I want to be able to use this space. Like, we have enough room for batteries here, but you can't build them unless you get, a road in here. And I don't have room for the roads. So that's a problem, right? That's a little issue. And then, of course, we want to have another field here, too. So I don't want to put a battery like this because that's going to be in the way of the field. Maybe... Nope. I was going to say I could maybe just build it here, but there's no way for them to build it. Unless I build it. Oh, this would be something to try. What if I build it and then disconnect the road, put another one next to it, build the road, right? What if I do that? Does that work? Do batteries work after I disconnect it?
Mostly depressurized
Let's see.
and out of power, the Protagoras has suffered critical internal and
it might work.
damage. Sectors 3 and 4 do remain sealed and pressurized. Signs of looting are present throughout the structure.
This is very
with
quiet.
Reports indicating that UN forces attacked, wiping out whatever resistance had been present.
Here, let's try this.
They have destroyed and gutted the infrastructure required to generate full jump coordinates. The devices containing the coordinates of Remus have been taken by the Etamanenki.
Oh,
We have received a message from the PA of the Protagoras.
those bastards.
Valhalla.
Valhalla. The PA from the Protagoras' name is Valhalla. All right, what does Valhalla sound like?
Administrator, part of me remembers.
That's the voice of Mr. CEO Dolos.
I'm glad to see you and your crew are still alive. And to be carrying IXION, what an achievement. My mind is going. I can feel it. The Protagoras, designed to be an ark for what remained of mankind, was attacked by the UN superstructure, the Etamanenki. Before my last electric breath, I have launched decryonization protocols. With only 2 sectors left, The surplus population will be transferred to the Tiqqun. Please help the Protagoras. I have programmed a delayed data transfer that will send across the Edamananki's self-similar signature once you have guaranteed the integrity of this structure. They plan to reach Remus. Follow their Vol signature, and you will find our new home. What you will do once you reach your destination is only up to you. Farewell, Administrator. For the few who stand in the light and many who dwell in the dark, you carry the fate of us all.
I love that. I don't know if you guys heard it, but my PA system on board the Tiqqun wished to be a Happy New Year while he was talking, and there was like those little party horns, whatever they are, right? It was going off, and it's like a party was happening in the background while this guy is like morbidly talking about the death of his ship. I thought that was funny.
Administrator, new mission objectives have been set. To receive the Edamananki signature, we will need to free the Protagoras from the ice, perform critical repairs, provide resources to support their crew, and via a connection to the Tiqqun, reboot the core systems of the Protagoras.
So we are not done with the Protagoras at all. We are not done. Okay. We're going to be here for a little bit. Colonists have been prepared for extraction. They are awaiting a cargo ship retrieval. Repatriate the colonists. Yep, that's what we're going to do. Medusa, head back over to the Protagoras so we can get started on that. We only have one science ship for now. We don't have another one here. I think I'm going to look for sources of hydrogen. We got a lot of other resources. I mean, I do want more silicon and everything, of course. Like, absolutely, if I find silicon, I'm going to hit it. But I think, you know, I want more hydrogen than just this. I want to find it as much as I can. And if the remaining crew, it sounds like what he just said, what Mr. CEO man just said. So we'll make this road. I want to try this out and see if it works. We're going to put a battery here. And then, hello, frame rates. Wow. We're going to put a battery here, get it built. Then I'll move the road back, build another one next to it, build another one next to it, and just see if the batteries still work, even though we can't reach them. That's kind of a risk because like if something happens to the battery, then we won't be able to repair it. But we'll be able to use it in the meantime, I think. I'm not sure. I think, though, we'll be able to use it in the meantime. So we're going to give that a shot, as gamey as that might be. And then you are going to store ice. You are a new ice storage. So I think what I should do now is I can get the ice from here. If I just select this as ice storage, it will now export it. That will allow it to offload from here. We have 132 cryopods. 134 cryopods in here, right? So like there's a lot of storage, cryopods in storage here. So I want this ice to transfer. Are you not going to do that? You should, oh, you know what it is? It's this. Sector 3, ice, go. Yeah, there it is. So now it should transfer away. And once that's transferred away, I can make this storage be cryopods. That will offload it from here and get it going into Sector 1 because we have, of course, overwork over here. I need more people. So let's get, whoops, sorry. Let's get cryo. Yep, I want everybody going to Sector 3. Very good. And including non-workers, because that's where the colonization attempts are going to be made here, hopefully. We could maybe train some more, but if we have those colonists coming back, then we don't need to train anymore. I wouldn't think. We should just have them. They're just living. And then we can then turn, hopefully. No, don't do that. Make you cryopods. Go. Can you unload cryopods instead? Yes, like that. And then they're instantly exported to Sector 1. That's what I wanted. I need some capacity for it to be able to do that. And then once they're exported to Sector 1, they can now start to be opened by these two. Okay, good. We'll now have... I was seeing some glimpses of homelessness in Sector 1 just now. There shouldn't be any homelessness in Sector 1. We have plenty of homes. Don't give me that. There's no homelessness here. Nothing to see here. Carry on, folks. I kind of want to... I want to put another house right here, though. There is one. Yeah, one homeless. How many people are in the sector? 426? Let's say 420. A good population limit to set. We should start seeing more people. You know, they should all go to Sector 3. So they start here, and then they transfer. That's why it's pipping. They start here, and then they transfer. So I should see them being moved over. But in case that doesn't happen, I'm going to take 20 and move them over to 3 right now. Just workers. Just workers. And then we can... Let's just do it this way, because I don't think this is working correctly. I don't know. I don't think the population... the cryopod storage, I don't think they're actually hatching, if you will, or opening up, and then transferring to the proper sector. So we're going to just... Yeah, we're going to do this way. Let's get this road to be pulled back. Okay. That battery, I think, still works. And then we just kind of do that and build another one next to it. And then it begins to... Yep. They begin to build this. And then this is still counting as storage. Well, this single battery will add 0.6 cycles. So, yep, we have 3 cycles now, 6.5 cycles, and 3 cycles.
Population transfer complete.
Yeah, so are we still overworked here? Yeah, but we're opening up cryopods really fast now, so I think that'll go away eventually. Science, we've got advanced production line electronics factory upgrade. That's what we're working on, and it's almost done. Yep, we're working on that. 22 left, 21 left. So as we collect science, just gain all the things, gain all the beautiful things. All right, let's take a look at the Protagoras. So the Protagoras PA has stipulated that once the station is returned to acceptable operational levels, the Vol signature of the Temenanki, I think that's how they say it, will be transferred across to us. We must fly to the rescue of our Dolos colleagues. Administrator, we arrived on site and met with the crew of the Protagoras. We were welcomed like heroes. People crowded around us, reaching out and touching us as if they doubted our existence. Are these guys real? I'd be doing the same thing, damn it. Some of the older crew members looked on with skepticism. The crew are weak, tired, and disoriented from cryonic sleep. They have been traumatized by the horrors they suffered at the hands of the Temenanki crew. That's harder to say than I thought it was. They provided us with a complete diagnostic rundown of their structure. We can now allocate resources to begin repairs. So we can repair the superstructure, and that's going to take 100 alloys, which I have plenty of, and 60 polymers, which I have barely enough of. Or we can reestablish internal infrastructure and food distribution. Well, both of these things are important, I think. But I think for now, we'll do the one that I have more resources of, and that's food, right? I have max storage for food is 500, and I'm basically maxed out. So we'll send this and food first. And we will send it from Mule because he's already in the right section to have all the food available for him. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay. So Mule will now then send all that stuff over to the Protagoras, and we are constantly receiving cryopods from them as well. Let's take a quick look and see if we can't get any more hydrogen. I thought I saw right down here. Yep. All right. Is this the best spot, or is there a better one? I thought there was a slightly better location, but this looks like it's probably the best spot. Yeah. So more hydrogen, at least is discovered on the map there too. So we're going to be here for a little bit, is what it looks like. And again, I'm shutting down electronics manufacturing until this process is complete because I don't want to waste any silicon. It's a little harder to find that stuff than normal, so I don't want to waste any. But we have a ton of food production now, so we are like way good on food. So let's make sure that we are filling up max capacity for food in Sector 1 and Sector 2. Make sure that all these sectors have as much food as they can hold because we are cruising through it. We're going to need, I think, more population in Sector 3 eventually. So I'm going to place that down. And then, because we're sending people over here if they're overworked already, right? So we're sending people here. It looks to me like we now have 448 workers here. Huh? That's not correct. 197. How? You're opening up 3 every 3 cycles, and you're both doing that. You should have had 6, 12, 18. You should have 30, like 36 people right now. You should have gained a population of 36 people. You absolutely did not gain a population of 36 people. Unless you sent them all to 2, which looks like you sent them all to 2. Let's bring 20 more workers from 2 to 3, right? Like that. Nope, that's 2. Right, 2, 3. There we go. Yeah, origin is the same as destination. I gotcha. Now getting... Oh, no, it's not done yet. Getting science at the moment... This is the tricky part. Getting science at the moment is really... Oh, I want this. We need carbon. Yep, that. And we can also get this as a resource to collect. Let's get some of this carbon because we want to make more probes and stuff. Yeah. I mean, we might as well get resources that are close to us, so I guess. I like how the music is just jamming hard on the map screen. And then there's nothing going on in the exterior view or internal view. I think I need to reboot the game. I've experienced a couple of bugs. Okay, so I fixed the sound problem and all good now. There was actually also a flickering issue that was happening on my screen, and I was trying not to say anything about it, like trying not to be distracted by it. It turns out it wasn't in the footage. So I guess you guys only know about it because I'm telling you it was happening. Weird that it wasn't in the footage. That means it was part of my graphics card issue, or that was like my capture card issue and not the game. It wasn't the game's fault. So, okay, I guess. Sure, I don't know. Anyway, this thing says 500 crew members again instead of 1,000. I'm not entirely sure what was making it 1,000 before, but in any case, I'm putting in another mess hall. I've taken out the infirmary. The infirmary can already handle 20 crew, but I hope that that's enough. And I still want pretty much everybody new to go to Sector 3. And I don't think they are... I think I need to go like 460 as my population limit or something. We'll say 480 is the population limit. Even though it doesn't seem to matter, it doesn't seem to abide by it, because there's still 500 people here. So I'm not seeing this really reflected. But as I look through these sectors, right, I think, well, maybe they're opening and going to 3, because 1's been growing pretty quickly, and there's ever so often there's a flicker here that says Sector 1 has a homeless, right? And I think it's because what's happening is they're being born here and then instantly transferred, right? So we're at our peak capacity in Sector 1, and there's nothing I can do about it other than adding another, adding more homes, which I should probably do. In the top left corner, we have our to-do list, save the Protagoras. And one of those things is to mine the ice that is trapping the Protagoras. So instead of mining ice around the solar system, I guess it's We don't really call it the solar system, I suppose. The Immortan system. The Immortan system. In any case, instead of mining all the other ice, we should be mining the one that are on the Protagoras. So I'm hoping now I can get my mining ships right here. Yep, this guy to go here instead. And we've got almost all of the alloys delivered. So now all that's left after that, of course, is food. Shouldn't be much of an issue. I am going to look for more resources because we are going to be here for a little bit. It does appear as though we're going to be here for a little bit. And I'm looking for carbon. Carbon would be great to have. Carbon. Right there. Right there. All right, sweet. So other than that, and with the successful opening of the pods that are happening right now in Sector 1, I would think we are pretty much ready to go. We have that other solar panel. We have 100 power available. I think we're ready to go for Sector 4. I'm going to tell them to open the locks. Now, they're not going to do it yet, right? They're going to have all the people dedicated to it, and the alloys, and the food. They're going to get all that stuff dedicated to it, but they're not going to be able to open it yet because of the electronics. And we're not going to have the electronics because I'm not processing silicon yet. Because currently it says 25 silicon into 1 electronics. All of the science that I've been getting to unlock this, we need 2 more. All of that science has been coming from this building. There's nothing else left in the system that's giving me science. But because of the upgrades to the tech lab, we're getting 5 every 5 cycles, which is great. If there is another one, research speed by 20% would be cool, I suppose. 5 units every 3 cycles would be even better. We need high-risk experimentation field. Tech lab. High-risk experimentation field. Which this, in order to get this, I require... Oh, so this is like, you have to increase the research speed by 80%. So I need to have all of these before I can have that. Okay. Well, I need to have all 3 of these before I can have this. Well, I'm not opposed to that because, right, it's just science that leads to more science, right? So why don't we go personal computer next? We'll queue that up. We're 96%. And so I think I'll go ahead and turn this on now. Because I think by the time this is done, this is always going to be 8 into 33 because the cycle's already started. But I think once this completes... There it is, done. Once this completes, we will see 20 to make 1. I think that's what will happen. We'll see. Not connected to an active stockpile assigned to electronics. Okay, well, that's a problem. Electronics is now here. Enjoy that. This is now electronics. You can all feed the electronics. Yep. So this is still saying 25. I don't know if it's... This is every 3 cycles, so... Maybe it has to run its course to make that 1. It's unclear, because that should be 20 now, not 25. But, oh well. We're getting rid of the ice. That's good. We got to bring 100 food. We're already 50 into that. And then research retractable telescopic pole technology to allow the Tiqqun to connect to the Protagoras. So you're saying that I need to move the Tiqqun to the Protagoras is what you're saying. I'm gonna have to go back into the danger system is what you're saying. That's fine. That we can handle that, I think. Research retractable telescopic pole technology. Retractable telescopic pole technology. And where, pray tell, do I find this? Ah, there. In the diagnostic analysis. Allows the Tiqqun to temporarily power other ships, structures, or stations. All right. We'll queue that up as the next thing on our list. Now we don't have a source of carbon. What is going on here? There's just too many alloys. There's nowhere for them to go. You know what I mean? Like, we're making so many alloys. We're overloaded with them. So, like, I feel like, if nothing else, we need Sector 4 unlocked. If nothing else, purely so that we have storage and we can send all the alloys there. Because I need to get rid of a lot of alloys in order to change those storage units to something else, which is why I'm not really in a hurry to get iron. Yeah. This might just be one of those have to sit and wait things. We need a lot more people in Sector 3. I'm just saying. We got homeless in 1, and we need a lot more in Sector 3. So only workers from 1 to 3. Go. That'll solve my homeless problem in 1. And that'll hopefully solve my big worker problem that's taking place in 3. And then I don't know if I should turn this on or not. Like, I'm thinking, what's better for this? Another big storage bin? Maybe more storage for... I think so. Let's just get rid of the insects. We got enough food happening here to keep this going, right? I mean, we have what? How much ice? We have 1,000. We still have a positive cycle. I don't think we need it. Let's take and get another stockpile. And I think we'll make this one into alloys.
Population transfer complete.
Because we just need it. Population transfer is complete, so we're at extra hours now. That's not bad. We're down to 16 workers here. That's no big deal. And then we just need one more electronic to open up Sector 4. Because remember what the PA said, which the Dolo CEO PA. Valhalla. Remember what Valhalla said. We're going to transfer. We're only going to have 2 sections of the Protagoras open. The rest of the crew is going to be transferred here. That sounds a lot like I need more sections open because I'm already full. Which is why we got so many cryopods. So as we open these cryopods, we're going to see that everything is optimal conditions over and over again is what we're going to see. But we're also, I think, going to start seeing our food is going down per cycle. And right now it's showing that that's happening, but I think it might be because we were shipping it. Because we were putting it on ships and sending it out. Right? So this sector is negative 5.8. This sector is 3.2. So that leads to what? 9? That's 9 per cycle. And we're generating 8.4. So that means we're down by 0.5. Yeah, 0.6. So we will need some food to be generated somewhere other than that section. And I'm thinking, yeah, let's just do it in Sector 4. I'm thinking we let Sector 4 just do it. But we're not down that much food. So with this, no, we're up again. It's really hard to tell with these because they don't pop regularly, right? It's on really weird intervals. Do alloys, and then Sector 3, you can have, let's say you have a minimum of 250 alloys. Let's do 300 alloys. 300 alloys here. Hopefully that will empty this out, and then I can have another stockpile for carbon right here. Carbon? Done. And then carbon can get sent into here, stored there. No connected stockpile has enough carbon. That'll change once we start mining it, though. Speaking of mining it, let's get my fleet. And I think, yeah, carbon is a main resource to mine, but we have it on the map. It just needs to be picked up. So I'm going to send, let's say, Void Vector and Whale. You guys are going to prioritize carbon now to bring that in when we need it. All right, everything's done here. The resources necessary for the well-being of the Protagoras crew have been brought on board. As we were completing our last tasks, an invitation was found that had been left for us. Some of the older members of Protagoras wished to meet us. Great. We can now meet the elders. Right. Activating rootkit. The crew of the Medusa will meet the elders. They were looking at us with skepticism. They're not going to, like, violently attack us or anything, are they? I would think they need us really badly, so you wouldn't want to do that. I think that would be a really stupid thing to do. let's pump the brakes a little bit on the cryopods, since we got a ton of them anyway, and focus in. I think, yeah, we'll hone in on the carbon and the silicon. That needs to be a priority, and maybe we'll bring some of the iron in too. But I think this is mostly a waiting game right now, right? We just gotta, yeah, we just gotta get all this stuff for the Tiqqun and then just keep expanding this way. So with Sector 4, I kind of like how I've started everything with sectors before this, but you know, we can go out, let's say, no, I think we'll just go over one. Look at this, just go straight across like this. Yeah. That's fine with me. And then we'll take the workshop is over here in the corner. Still like that. I think that's a good way to do it. And unfortunately, because of where this is located, I can't really get my stockpile where I want it. But I'll tell you what, if I don't have it here, then I would have it here. So this can be where the stockpile is. And this temporarily will make the road do that. Then we got to clear this stuff out. There we go. And then we'll get Sector 4 going. And we need to focus on, I was going to say food. And we should still have it focus on food. But for real, though, I feel like it'd be a good idea to get another stockpile here. Like another big one. Which we have mandatory start with 2. Small ones, unfortunately. And then I'll go ahead and put the mess hall right here this time. And that should take care of that. So for factories, I think we'll make this road go through in here like this. Yeah, and then we will take out this road once that's built. We just have to wait for the workshop to build it, which seems like it's... There it goes. Oh, it was over here. I see. So there's like only one little car. We want to take out that road. Then I want to take and make another medium stock. Oh, okay. Well, you see what I'm doing. We're going to make another medium stockpile. And I'm going to make a lot of alloys. We're going to have to send a lot of alloys here. We can have maybe another EVA airlock potentially. Because this game is kind of giving me hints that I might have to deal with impacts. Like maybe the next section of my journey is going to be dealing with, you know, asteroids or something.